How is it going then, everybody? I hope you're all doing very well. Welcome back to another video here on our channel. I'm the FIFA analyst, and today I'm going to be teaching you how to stop counter-attacks in FIFA 20. Again, another heavily requested video, so I hope you guys do enjoy it. If you do, please let me know by dropping a like, and you can also subscribe to the channel. We do upload every single day at 5 PM. And then just one last thing, we are currently pushing very hard over on twitch.tv/FIFA analyst to go for Twitch partner. So if you want to stop by tonight, we are going to be live at 8 PM UK time, so 3 hours from when this video has been released. So come on over, chill if you want to, ask any questions. I check all your squads, that sort of thing as well, so I hope you guys do enjoy it. However, less of the spiel, let's go ahead and talk to you guys about how you can stop counter-attacks in FIFA 20. We're going to have a little things where we're going to dissect and show you exactly what you can do to stop counter-attacks, and also just some general kind of tips, what you need to be looking out for and how you guys can stop conceding goals from it, because I preach playing fullbacks unbalanced. You guys know that. I absolutely adore it. However, you guys try and do it and you say it works really well for me going forward. However, I find that I'm getting counter attacked. I don't quite know how to, stop conceding from that. So what can I do? So hopefully this guy will help you. But we're going to jump into this situation here. Now, this is one of the key things. He has two options. He can look for the simple 1-2 where he plays the pass in and then he looks for the 1-2 with Son. You've literally just got to command both areas as best as you can and wait for them to make the mistake. So there's a few key points that I want to go through and discuss with you guys to show you how you can stop getting counter-attacked and actually stop conceding from it. Because let's be honest, counter-attacks are going to happen in FIFA. Regardless of how your play style is, chances are you're going to give the ball away at some point in their half. You might have committed quite a few men forward, and that's where they're going to come through and obviously try and get up the other end and counter-attack. However, a lot of people tend to play drop back. So if they are playing drop back, what can happen is you move your guys forward, you have 7 or 8 people up the pitch, and then you've got 2 centre-backs left or something, and they can just counter-attack on you, especially when you play the balanced fullbacks. So the first kind of point that I want to discuss with you on how to stop them is to actually stop the counter-attack as soon as it is going to happen inside their half. Now, what do I actually mean by that? The best time for you to win the ball back is when the opponent has just won the ball off you. The reason for this is because when you are so focused on defending, when you win the ball, you aren't quite sure where your next pass is, where your next player is, or anything like that. So they receive the ball from winning it back. They might have got a little tackle in, they might have got an interception, and then they've got to switch from defensive mind to attacking mind, and they don't know where their next pass is. If you can straight away jump on the player with a manual press, you can win the ball back like that. Now, when it comes to manual pressing, I have already done a how to press video, so I will link that on the screen just up above me, and you can go and watch that as well. And that will kind of teach you how to press. Pressing, I wouldn't really recommend using second man press at any point. It is something manual. But if they do, say you do try and press in their half and you lose it and you don't get the ball, and then they do manage to try and counter on you, this is where you've got to be so crucial to stopping these. You have to be, that lovely P word that I discuss a lot, patient. Patience, all right? Now, if you try and press them and you don't get the ball, only press inside their half. As soon as they step into your half, relax. Just wait. Wait for the gaps. Wait for them to see exactly where their next pass is, and then you can step in when you are 100% sure. You have to make sure that in all situations you are being calm and composed. As I said, for me, the key area is to always make sure that you are pressing inside their half, which is like we did there with Tonali. We try and get stuck in. Unfortunately, we don't come out with a ball, but I will stop pressing as soon as they transition into my half. Now, the reason for this is because if you press while they're in your half, you are going to leave gaps in behind your defence, and you are just going to leave loads of spaces for them to run into. And that's how you get counted on. As soon as there's a space for them to run into, your left back's too far up the pitch, and you go and rush in with your left centre-back, you've now got no centre-back and no left back. You've only got one centre-back and a right back. And that's where the gaps start to appear, and that's how they can penalise you. So, when they step into your half, so again, recap on it. First point, when you've just lost the ball and you're in their half, press them as best as you can. Maybe for 3 or 4 seconds. If you don't win the ball, you then drop back, you step off a little bit, and you wait and you be patient. Point number 2, when they move over into your half, that's where your aim is to try and keep as many players in that back 4 position as possible. So if your right back has just gone flying up the pitch and you've lost the ball from him there, Have your right winger come back if you can. Try and get him to fill into the right back position. But just try and maintain, like there, that 4 at the back at all times, and then De Ligt steps in, make the tackle. Nice and simple. If you can try and maintain that, brilliant. If you can't, and let's say you're up against a 3v2 situation, that's where you have to try and be composed. You have to try and cover the dangerous runners. If someone's going to make a run down the line, as a whole, you can kind of give it them. They make the run in behind the centre-back and they're in on goal. Obviously, track that run. Don't allow them to have that run. That's where you need to put the pressure on and try and stop them from doing that. So moving on to point number 3, it's going to be ask yourself why you are getting countered. Now, there's going to be quite a few patterns on why you are getting countered in FIFA 20. And that's going to be you giving the ball away in areas where you probably shouldn't have. Now, I preach that I'm happy for you to give the ball away when you are in their half, in their box, right? If you give the ball away just outside the centre circle and there was no need for you to do it because you played a stupid pass and they literally have 3 men up against your defenders and they play a few little 1-2s, they're in on goal, you've just conceded a goal from being absolutely silly. You need to make sure that if you're going to give the ball away, it's in an area where it was worth the risk to try and play that pass and then possibly get countered on. If you try and play a killer pass inside the box and you know if that pass pulls off, you've got a clear shot at goal or an opportunity to put the ball in the back of the net, then that's fine, I'll let you off. But if you look back on your game or you notice when you get countered on, the reason why is because you just give the ball away in stupid areas and you really need to stop doing it. Just constantly be thinking about that when you're kind of going forward. I'm not saying play like, a wimp and don't go forward, that sort of stuff. Of course you've got to, but you just need to make sure that you are putting the ball forward and you're doing it in a logical way and making sure that when you are going forward, you've got reasoning behind those passes. Because if not, you're going to get countered on all the time and you're going to get frustrated with it. The other thing when it comes to being countered on is always take a little look at your custom tactics. Now for me, I run 3 or 4 depth. If you are running over than 5 depth, you have got some massive balls because that is very risky, very dangerous, and it's one of them at the end of the day. If you want to play that, that's fine, but if you keep getting counted on, that is going to be one of the reasons. Now gradually, as people play drop back and as you hold the ball, your team will naturally always push up to the halfway line, and there's not really too much you can do about that. But let's say if you just won the ball back in the middle of the park and you're playing 6 depth, 7 depth, your team are drastically going to run up the pitch. They want to get high. You've told them to play a high depth, which then means that if you give the ball away, they've now got runners in behind and you've just messed the situation up. So you just need to make sure that, your custom tactics are kind of where you need to be in terms of that. I'm not saying play 1 depth, drop back, of course not, but 3 or 4 is kind of where you need to be when it comes to that point as well. And then kind of the last little point that I wanted to discuss is kind of one of the main things on how I stop the counter attack is that if you can see a 1-2 situation, you can see any sort of runner coming in behind your back line, you need to track that runner manually. A lot of people run around with their centre defensive mids all the time and just run around with them aimlessly. If they have beaten your centre mids and they are now have got a pass directly onto the striker who's running in behind your Rio Ferdinand or your Rafael Varane, you need to change to that centre back and you need to track that runner manually. The reason for this is that the AI will not track these runs as quick as you can. They don't sprint as quick, they don't react as quick, all that sort of stuff. You just need to make sure that when they're playing those runners in behind, that's where you guys need to come and step in. You need to go ahead and track the runners and make sure you are doing that at all costs. And that will obviously help you in turn with not conceding when it comes to counterattacks. If they do break the back line, right, and they do get in behind and they do have a clear shot at goal, don't go and snap him. Don't go and dive in or anything. Try and put a little bit of pressure on, holding L2, LT if you're in within the radius of the player to tug at their shirt. You can tap B ever so slightly if you can tug their shirt, not if it's going to make a tackle. If you can do that, that can obviously help you guys as well. But I honestly think the main reason why you guys get counted on in FIFA is just giving the ball away in these stupid areas. And then when you do give the ball away, you panic so much that you drag your team out of position even more and you panic tackle a lot. When we do the coaching sessions, one of the things that I notice with pretty much all players at every single point is that they just tackle aimlessly. They don't think about the tackle. They just go and do it as quick as they can to try and win the ball back. Defending is an absolute art. If you haven't watched our How to Defend post-patch video, I'd probably highly recommend you watch that as well, because that has got some more details on regarding what buttons you should be pressing, how some certain situations arise and so on. And I think that could be really crucial when it comes to that for you guys. Going to be the end of the video though. As I said, if you are around tonight and you want to come and watch the live stream, that'd be massively appreciated. The support has been absolutely insane recently, so I do thank you all for that. If you've got any recommendations on what sort of videos you want to see in the future, we've got a lot of lists to kind of get through, but please do pop them down in the comment section. I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts and what else you would like me to discuss in future videos. I do want to thank you all very much for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Bye bye. I do just want to quickly touch on, guys, we have recently launched a Patreon page. If you are interested in that, please do click the link in the description. You've got myself, you've also got a professional FIFA player and a FIFA coach giving you daily tips, one weekly video requested by you guys, and just a great little community. We've already got plenty of members in there, so if you are interested in that, please do click the link in the description. Find out a little bit more details. If you have any questions, you're more than welcome to ask them over to me. Thank you.